sir.
Pagkatapos na kita niyo, napakinggan ito sa television, natatandaan po ba ninyo, kung meron kayong natatandaan, na anumang pangyayaring nakapagbigay sa inyo ng problema na nauukol sa Department of Justice?
Opo, if you're referring po sa November 15, nung in-announce nga po ni Ginoong Maidas Marquez yung issuance ng TRO. Pero as of November 15, wala po kaming natanggap pang kopya. Ay nagtangka po na umalis yung former President Macapagal Arroyo and former First Gentleman. Pumunta po sila sa airport mga bandahong alas 8. At sinasabi nga na aalis sila dahil nakakuha po daw sila ng TRO.
Okay. Ano po nangyari sa airport?
Pinigilan po sila ng BI or Bureau of Immigration personnel. Actually, nung nandun na po yung grupo ng dating Pangulo, may mga kasama rin po siyang mga abogado, ay tinawag po sa akin kung ano daw po ang gagawin dahil nga po nagpupumilit na aalis sila.
Ano pong inyong tugon?
Gabi na yon.
Ano pong inyong tugon doon sa nagtanong? Ang nagtanong po ba sa inyo ang immigration
Opo.
Sa airport?
If I'm not mistaken, it was the executive director of BI ang humingi ng guidance, Executive Director Eric Dimaculangan.
Ano pong inyong tugon?
Ang sabi ko po, hindi pa natin natatanggap yung official copy ng TRO. So, hindi pa yan binding sa atin. So, sabi ko po, hindi pa pwede natin paalisin dahil hindi pa binding sa atin yan. At nung in-announce nga po, I supposedly may conditions, but hindi ko po alam yon as of the evening of November 15 kung nagkaroon na po ng compliance yung mga petitioners dun sa mga kondisyon na nakalagay sa TRO.
Noong gabi, noong Nobyembre 15, meron ba kayong natatandaan, kung may natatandaan kayong di pangkaraniwang pangyayari doon sa gusali ng Department of Justice?
Wala po ako nung November 15 because katulad po nung sinabi ko, nasa palasyo po ako, nasa Malacanang po ako around after lunch of November 15. At hindi na nga po ako nakabalik, lalo na nung nalaman na po sa TV, sa news, na may TRO, kaya nagpulong-pulong po kami doon sa palasyo. At kung natatandaan ko rin po, I also conducted my own, I had a press con at the palace, na I had to state or announce the position of government. Na dahil nga po, as of that very moment, that was about late afternoon, 4 to 5 p.m., wala pa pong natanggap ang DOJ o yung OSG ng official copy. Because under the law, under the rules, ang announcement po through media or press con is not one of the modes of service, and therefore, it cannot be considered as effective.
Napansin ko po kanina, nung sumasagot kayo sa mga itinatanong ng kagagalang na Pangulo, binabasa ninyo yung dissenting opinion ni Justice Sereno, yung pong Exhibit V1. Ang tanong ko po sa inyo ngayon pagkatapos ninyong mabasa noon, ang Exhibit V1, yung dissenting opinion na binasa ninyo ulit kanina, ano po ang inyong reaksyon sa inyong nabasa?
Lubhaw akong nabahala kasi itong December 13 pong resolution na ito at yung mga dissenting opinions, natanggap lang ho namin ito December 21. At sa unang pagkakataon, doon ho namin nalaman kung ano yung mga pangyayari, kaganapan sa loob ng Supreme Court ukol dun sa botohan ng tungkol dun sa issue ng effective na ba yung TRO. So, masyado po akong nabahala na may mga irregularidad at meron hong mga aspeto hong mga nabanggit ko kanina, kagagawan po ng Chief Justice.
Meron lang akong tanongin na, Madam Secretary.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kung yung mga kondisyones ng TRO na ipinababa ng Korte Suprema ay natupad sa inyong paniniwala, ay ang Department of Justice would have complied, di ba?
Ganito po, I beg your indulgence, Your Honor, but I think it's not as simple as that. I mean, the answer, I cannot just directly answer that. Okay, yung pangunahin ng dahilan kung bakit hindi ho namin sinunod yung TRO as of November 15, lalo na nung gabi na nagtangkang umalis yung dating Pangulo, ay dahil nga po wala pang official copy. And then, nakita ho natin, as announced, na may mga kondisyon. Now, sinabi ko rin po na nagulat ho nga kasi kami dun sa TRO because hindi namin po hindi ho namin expected na mag-i-issue ng TRO na bibigyan muna dapat kami ng pagkakataon na i-explain kung bakit ayaw naming payagan yung dating Pangulo na makaalis ng bansa. So ang sabi ko, we have to file a motion for reconsideration para maintindihan ng Korte Suprema yung mga naging dahilan kung bakit ayaw nating payagan yung dating Pangulo. So, sa pananaw ko po, pending the disposition or the resolution of the motion for reconsideration, which was eventually denied by the Supreme Court on November 18, ay dapat po hindi na muna i-recognize yung TRO. Yun po ang naging position ko.
I will put it this way, so that I just want to clear all of these vague portions of this whole thing. If, and I'm asking a hypothetical question.
Yes, Your Honor.
If the TRO was served on the Department of Justice, being a necessary party, and if the conditions when the TRO was served had already been complied, would the Department of Justice have respected the TRO?
Maybe or maybe not. Your Honor, ang pananaw ko po kasi is that yung TRO po ay improper in the sense that a TRO, we know it, Your Honor, that it is supposed to preserve the status quo pending the disposition of the merits of the main petition. It is supposed to prevent something or to prevent the issues involved in the main petition from being moot and academic or rendered ineffectual. Now, what was the effect of the issuance of the TRO, conditional or not? It had the effect of rendering the disposition of the main petition, well, illusory or ineffectual because it is as if you granted already the petition. Because the main issue really is, should we allow the former president to leave the country despite the pendency of these big cases against her? So, nung pinayagan na po ng Korte Suprema na makaalis, ano pa po ba ang pag-uusapan natin? Parang na-preempt na yung magiging desisyon ng Korte Suprema. To me, Your Honors, in all honesty and based on my understanding of the law and the rules, hindi po yan ang function or office ng TRO.
You would have taken the steps to ask for a motion for reconsideration
Exactly.
in order to really re-argue the necessity for a TRO and its effect.
Yes, Your Honor. That is why I immediately directed or requested the Office of the Solicitor General to file the urgent motion for reconsideration, which, as I said earlier, was denied in the subsequent session in November 18. Dinenay po yung aming motion for reconsideration. But on November 18 po, tamang-tama po, nagkaroon na ng resolution yung COMELEC dun sa electoral sabotage case, at ito ay final sa RTC Pasay at na-raffle nung bandang tanghali po siguro yon or after lunch, before lunch, noontime of November 18, at na-raffle kay Judge Mupas, at nung mga bandang hapon po ay nakapagpalabas na si Judge Mupas ng warrant of arrest, and therefore naging moot and academic po yung usapin ng TRO dun sa consolidated cases before the Supreme Court.
But outside of all of this narrated information drawn from the dissenting opinion of Justice Sereno, did the Chief Justice alone or in combination with other members of the court acted alone in trying to enforce the TRO?
I would not have the information, or I'm not at all privy. And aside from those circumstances that reflected in the dissenting opinion of Justice Sereno, Your Honor, ay hindi ko na po yun alam. I'm not in a position to,
Thank you.
to
Thank
answer
you,
that.
Madam Secretary, for your candor. The gentleman from Cavite.
Mr. President, with due respect,
Are
may
you
I
true?
just...
By the way, are you true, Your Honor?
I'll just put...
No,
I'll just put on record.
Let us let the prosecution to finish first.
Yes,
I'm sorry. I thought the everything is over.
There's no problem, Mr. President. I just would like to put on record that I have no further questions from the Secretary of Justice. Maraming salamat po.
Proceed.
I have no more questions.
You have no more questions?
For now, I have no more questions. We are closing the direct examination
You
of
are
the witness.
closing the direct.
Yes, that's correct,
All
Mr.
right.
President.
May I recognize now the gentleman from Cavite?
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Madam Secretary, pakiulit nga po ulit kung kailan nyo inisyo itong WLO.
Tatlo po yung inisyu ko: August, September, and October. Yung pinakahuli po ay October 27.
Meron hubang humiling para ma-issue nyo ang WLO na to?
Wala po. I did it motu proprio,
So, wala.
pursuant to the provisions of Circular Number 41.
So wala pong umorder from Malacanang para ilabas nyo itong WLO na ito?
Wala po.
Ayon po sa inyo, ang nagbigay sa inyo ng kapangyarihan ay ang Circular Number 41 na pinirmahan ni Secretary Agra. Tama po ba?
Yes, Your Honor.